Inspired at that point.
I was just a fan, 100% for sure. Just in like I was in the building cars and riding dirt bikes around the streets and getting in trouble like that shit. Like not real trouble, but like I mean like people didn't like me riding dirt bikes down the street, me and my friends. That's all about like that's the kind of shit I was doing, right?
Yeah, it
I
was.
wasn't thinking about oh I can make music.
I mean, that's fair to be, because there were no dirt bikes when I grew up in the middle of Montreal. Like that isn't a thing you do.
Missed out, bro. I'm telling you. A lot of the best motocrossers come from Montreal though, so they're out there. I know somewhere they're out
Nah,
there.
I mean, I'm not saying that they don't have access to it, because the places that are not Montreal are full of this shit. Like my girlfriend come from Howick, Quebec, which is like not far from Montreal, and she got all tapped into that BMX community and the motocross, and so it's like
Yeah.
it's adjacent, but like when you're deep in the middle of Montreal in the city, like there's no motocross. It's just like bicycles and city buses. Like we can take the bus everywhere. So like
Yeah, but it's the same here. Like there was no dirt bike, like nothing around here. Me and my friends just got dirt bikes and like I put it in my
oh,
backyard and I'd ride it down the train tracks, down there, and then we'd go down to Nash Road and there was like just an old field and we'd rip around the field and then ride back up the train tracks. So it's not that we just yeah, there was like no racing or nothing. We were just being riffraffing and enjoying having dirt bikes.
that's wild shit still. Maybe I just wasn't like that cool or something. I just feel like Montreal police be locking shit down. I don't know. Maybe my misconception, and there was a whole bunch
Oh,
of
you were
dirt
playing
biking.
Nintendo. You were playing Nintendo, bro.
That's
You know what I mean?
true.
So
That is
it's
true.
different.
But
So you
I,
don't excite
though that
yourself.
came a
Just can't
bit
like
later. I was still like outside a bit. Like my parents would be like, "Get the fuck out and go to the park." I still come from like that time, so like you would be at the park and shit. But like we was in like the middle of the city. Like it's not like connected to where dirt biking would. Like you got to be somewhere near like country to end up with anybody being like, "Let's grab that dirt bike."
I don't know. I don't even know honestly know how I really started getting into the dirt bikes. Yes, anything just with the engine I like it
Mm.
automatically, right? Oh, I actually I do know how I got my first dirt bike is 'cause my dad had a Harley and then of course so then I was into motorcycles because he always had motorcycles. And then he got me a motorcycle for well dirt bike for $70. And I
That's
took it all apart, rebuilt it all back up. I ended up having to clean the points. I got it all going. Then I traded it for RM 250. So it was sweet.
that's
But that
dope.
was my first turbo. So I guess it was because I wanted, like, I was just, it was more of a, some, my dad got me a little project, I guess, is more where it came from. Then once I got the first dirt bike, then I traded up. And like, then I went, like, now I want to have a dirt bike all the time. From like, until I got a car. So from when I was like 15 till
How
like
fast do
18,
dirt bikes go?
you, the 250 really flew. I think it would probably go like 80 mph or something.
That's
It
fast,
was really
fast.
fast. Especially down the train tracks, right? We'd be like racing the train to be going to. You think it's a speed train? Just sink right by it. Oh, I got scars on my arms from this shit from the train tracks. Well, it is what it is, bro. It's fun. Scars are stories. Scars tell stories, right?
No, that's. I mean, you were also having some fun times. Like that's. Nobody's told me about this. Like nobody's been like, bro, I got the dirt bikes and I was cruising. Nobody said that to me before, really. So that sounds wild.
Just the smell, just the smell gets me excited, bro. When the dirt bikes. Like
Did,
I'm going to Nitro Circus June 10th, so I'm pumped for that. With my childhood buddies.
what's the Nitro Circus?
It's like a trash. It's like a bunch of X Games stuff, like how you're saying the BMXs and it has skateboarders and dirt bikes. They're all doing backflips and all kinds of crazy shit. It's gonna be
Okay,
crazy. Like that's kind of I love that shit, man. That's for sure my favorite shit.
that's fair.
You're missing it.
No, I mean, I went to like one of these things one time and I watched the show, and the parts where the people were doing things was dope. The parts in between was terrible because it was like 20 minutes. It was like a monster truck show with BMX dudes doing BMX shit or whatever. And
Yeah.
man, a monster truck fell over and it took them like 20 minutes to get this fucking truck out the way or whatever. That shit I was like, I had no patience for. But like,
Yeah. This is
I was really impressed with the dudes doing their BMX shit, like doing the flippy flips, and like I was like, okay, that's pretty next level. Like I got into cycling pretty heavy in the last few years, so I do fucks with the athleticism, and like I do fucks with the motocross people in like a conceptual way. It's just like I never. It's just not around me. It's like it's just never. Nobody talks about it. It's just never around. But now I'm
but
like, this sounds dope.
BMX is what I had. Like that's what I was into before that, right? Me and my friends just had a little crew. And we rode around, bunny hopping shit and jumping stuff and wiping out. You know, it was good times.
Those
Like
people are in
that's
Montreal for sure.
yeah, exactly. That's but like you know what, man? Like just to be a kid, like that's where you like you learn boundaries. Now you figure out what you can really do and what you can't do sometimes. You know what I mean? And you learn how to build your confidence up or challenge yourself or like get picked on by your friends and just laugh about it because you're like, ah, you don't jump that, you pussy. Like you know what I mean? That's builds character. I think that shit.
Definitely does. Especially with the freedom. That's the one thing y'all had that we don't have is freedom. The second the cell phone got linked up in my life, my parents could reach me. And that shit happened before I turned 18, and that shit changes everything.
Ah, yeah. See, when I was young, the phone stayed at home on the wall, bro. Nobody could call me once I left the house. Like you said, I was free.
Hmm.